Place your hands on the colossal stones of Sacsayhuaman and feel the vibration that defies every law of physics you have ever been taught. Do you truly believe that Stone Age masons, armed only with primitive rock hammers and raw human strength, could carve blocks weighing over 200 tons with the precision of a modern laser cutter? Do not let the arrogance of mainstream science blind you for a single second longer. These cities above the clouds in Peru were not fortresses built for defense. They were energy laboratories where matter was bent by sound and solid rock was molded like molten clay. The truth of what happened on the peaks of the Andes will cause the very foundations of modern history to collapse. We are standing at an altitude of nearly 8,000 feet, where the thin air and the mist cling to the jagged peaks of Peru. This is Machu Picchu, the legendary city of the sky. But the true mystery does not lie in the thatched roof houses or the terraced farms of the Inca. It lies in the megalithic foundations beneath them. These are structures far older than the civilization that found them, built from massive granite blocks fused so tightly that the thinnest razor blade or even a strand of human hair cannot pass between them. The Inca, upon discovering this place, revered it as a holy site, but they openly admitted in their oral traditions that they were not the ones who placed the first stones. They spoke of a race of giants or gods who built these walls in a single night. So who, or what, possessed the power to manipulate hundreds of tons of rock as if they were weightless foam? Look at Sacsayhuaman, where single limestone blocks weighing up to 300 tons are stacked in complex, zigzagging patterns. To understand the scale, one of these stones is equivalent to the weight of 5 fully loaded semi-trucks. In modern engineering, to move a mass of that magnitude, we would require specialized heavy-lift hydraulic cranes and paved, level roads capable of sustaining immense pressure. Yet here, these stones were transported across vertical mountain faces, through mud and jagged terrain, and over the deep, treacherous canyons of the Andes. And the most shocking part is not just the size, but the contact. These stones are not held together by mortar, cement, or any binding agent known to man. They are locked into each other using complex, multifaceted, three-dimensional shapes. They look as if they were molded or pressed together while in a soft, dough-like state, then frozen into eternal, crystalline hardness. Why do the edges of these massive blocks appear puffy, like stone pillows? Independent researchers are now proposing a world-shaking theory that mainstream archaeology is too afraid to contemplate. The technology of stone softening through advanced chemistry, or more likely, high-frequency resonance. Ancient indigenous texts speak of a sacred plant extract from the Amazon jungle that could dissolve solid rock into a malleable paste. But perhaps the truth goes even deeper than chemistry. Modern experiments in cymatics and acoustics show that at specific frequencies, the molecular structure of solid matter can be altered. By creating a standing wave of sound, you can induce a state of liquid-like behavior in solid granite. Did the ancient architects use acoustic horns or vibration rods to lift these stones into the air and press them into each other with the absolute precision of a jigsaw puzzle? Observe the strange nubs or protrusions at the base of the massive blocks in Ollantaytambo. Mainstream archaeologists claim these were lugs used to drag the stones with ropes. This is a scientific joke. A small stone protrusion could never withstand the thousands of pounds of tension required to move an 80-ton block. It would simply snap off. These marks look like the remnants of casting molds or the contact points of some kind of energetic lifting device that gripped the stone while it was still semi-soft. At Ollantaytambo, we see giant pink granite blocks carved with surfaces as flat as a mirror and right angles perfect to within a fraction of a millimeter. Granite is one of the hardest stones on the planet, containing high amounts of quartz. Today we cut it with diamond-tipped saws or high-powered lasers. How did prehistoric people create perfect U-shaped grooves and drill holes into the heart of the stone with a feed rate that suggests the rock was as soft as butter when they worked it? The answer leads us back to the interstellar architects. The Inca called them the Viracocha, the gods of thunder and creation who rose from the deep waters of Lake Titicaca with a golden staff that could pierce through solid rock and make it light. Was that staff an ultrasonic transducer or a handheld plasma cutter? At Pumapunku, in neighboring Bolivia, we see undeniable evidence of an industrial production line. H-shaped blocks were mass-produced with identical, absolute precision as if they were stamped out of a celestial mint. The interior cuts are so sharp and the surfaces so smooth that they suggest a level of machining that we have only recently achieved. This was not a dwelling, it was a machine shop, an ancient spaceport destroyed by a cataclysmic event that shattered stones weighing hundreds of tons like they were glass. The alignment of Machu Picchu and the temples of Peru is not random. They are perfectly synchronized with the solstices, the equinoxes, and the specific constellations of the Milky Way. The Intihuatana stone at Machu Picchu is not just a sundial, it is a hitching post of the sun, a precise astronomical instrument used to track the movement of cosmic time and the shift of the Earth's axis. Why were people living at such extreme altitudes obsessed with measuring the heavens? Because they knew that the Earth's electromagnetic energy peaks at these specific planetary nodes. These stone structures acted as frequency receivers, connecting solar energy with the quartz crystals inside the granite to create a high-vibration environment where human consciousness could transcend the limits of the physical body. Why is this truth denied and buried? Because if we admit that a technology for softening stone and neutralizing gravity existed thousands of years ago, then our entire modern energy, transportation, and industrial system becomes obsolete. Those in power want you to believe you are at the absolute peak of human evolution, but the truth is we are merely scavengers picking up the crumbs of a lost, divine science. The stones in Peru are still silently emitting frequencies, low-level hums that our current instruments cannot yet fully comprehend. They are stone-hard drives, storing the true history of humanity, the secrets of the cosmos, and the evidence of our visits from the stars. The mystery of the Andes is not just in the cold, hard stones, it is within you. Every time you feel a strange surge of electricity down your spine, or a sense of unexplainable awe while standing before these ancient wonders, it is your DNA reacting to the frequency of the first architects. The Inca have moved on, but their stone machines remain, waiting for the day we learn to sing the right note to reactivate them. The stones are not silent. They are waiting for your awakening. They are waiting for a humanity that is brave enough to look past the lies of the past and reclaim a future among the stars. In our next episode, we leave the high peaks of the Andes to dive into the darkest, deepest corners of the world's oceans. We will explore the massive Yonaguni monument beneath the waters of Japan and the lost cities submerged since the last ice age. Was there a global, unified civilization wiped out by a great flood? And are the ruins we see in Peru, Egypt, or Mexico merely the tips of a massive, hidden iceberg of history? The truth lies beneath the waves, in the silence of the deep. Do you have enough breath to dive into the dark depths of our true origin? The journey is far from over.